Hi, and welcome to Geno's Picks. Yeah, remember me? I was gone for a month. I was on hiatus. My Twitter follower, Johnny, knows, as I said to him in Costa Rica, that's a fancy English word for siesta. And I know, the last time we went, I went 0-3, so that brings me to 7-9, and we're minus 300 units on the year. But don't worry, tons of baseball left. Daddy's back every Friday and every Monday with Geno Sports Wrap. So let's get right to 3 quick picks. All right. My first pick, people, San Francisco, I almost said 49ers. Giants travel down to Miami to that atrocity of a stadium to face Josh Johnson and the Marlins. Look, people, big-time Timmy Jim is pitching, and it's no secret he's been having trouble. In fact, in his last 6 decisions, 2-4 with a 6.04 ERA. But did you know? In his 3 career starts against these Marlins, he's 2-0 with a 2.11 ERA. And I know Josh Johnson is good, but here's a stat you have to realize. Back on May 4th, when Big Panda Pablo Sandoval went down, the Giants were 12-14, and they were 5 games behind the Dodgers. Now, I'll tell you this, they're 6.5 behind them now, because in that 3 weeks, the Dodgers lost 5 times. They're incredible. But the Giants, are you ready for this, have gone 12-7 in replacing the incredible year Sandoval was having. You know what? When Bruce Bochy is done coaching baseball, maybe he should move to the Pacific Rim, because Bochy has done a better job replacing his Pandas numbers than any Asian zookeeper. People, let me tell you something. I would go with San Fran in this game. Risk a buck, win $1.32. My next pick, people, the Toronto Blue Jays travel down to Arlington to face the incredible Texas Rangers. Now, how good are the Texas Rangers? So good that even though they've lost 2 of 3, they're coming off of 2 losses out of 3 to Seattle, and they are slumping. What is slumping when you have Texas's offense? You ready? Let's go right to the big gun. Josh Hamilton has not hit a homer in 11 games. Despite that number, he is still 4 homers up. He has 18, and the next guy behind him has 14, Adam Dunn. And despite the fact that he hasn't homered in 11 games, he is still, you ready for this? He is 12 RBIs up on Edward Encarnacion, however you say that guy's name in this. He is still that staggeringly ahead of the competition. Why? Because their offense is that good. And don't misunderstand me. Brandon Morrow is a stud, people. Said that at the beginning of the year. I said it in a couple of these videos. In fact, in his last 4 outings, he's tossed 2 shutouts. But who cares about Toronto's starters? Who cares about their offense? They've always been good. The real problem is Toronto's bullpen. They lead the American League with 7 blown saves. In fact, I think this guy, Francisco Cordero, has lost his starting job. They've been using Jansen. They've been using, I can't even think of the other guy, Santos. Doesn't matter, people, because it's not good. In fact, whether they use him again or not, Cordero, who's number 48, should change the back of his jersey to say Luke with the number 11. Excuse me, the number 15. You know why? Because that's the biblical story, Luke 15 of the prodigal son. And Toronto's bullpen, whoever and whatever they inherit, they squander in biblical proportions. People, don't worry. Trust in the Rangers. Lay $1.33 to win 100 in this game on Texas. And finally, which brings me to my lock of the day, people, the Milwaukee Brewers travel down to Phoenix to play the Arizona Diamondbacks. And what a game. What a matchup, people. Remember these 2 guys, Yovani Gallardo and Ian Kennedy? You probably do, because they faced off twice in last year's National League Division Series. And I'll tell you something. If you don't remember Ian Kennedy, you don't follow baseball. Sure, he's hidden there in Arizona, but he literally won 21 games last year. He was up for the Cy Young. But here's the thing. Since he went 16-1 and tossed a 2.5 ERA, kid's been slumping. In fact, in his last 7 decisions, you ready for these numbers? He is 3-4, Ian Kennedy, with a 4.47 ERA. He's slumping, right? And Yovani Gallardo has been doing great. In fact, he's 1-2 in his last 4 starts, but they're all quality starts. And none of that matters, because here's the fact you have to realize. The last 2 times these guys faced each other in the NLDS last season, they both went against each other. It was both Gallardo and it was against Ian Kennedy. And Kennedy, you ready for this? Lost both outings. He was 0-1 with a 4.26 ERA. And on top of that, his team only scored 1 run in both of those outings. And both of those games were in Milwaukee. Why? Because Ian Kennedy going to Milwaukee is like John F. Kennedy going to Dallas. When you give him such a small cushion around him, 1 good shot is going to take that Kennedy out. People, I would go with Milwaukee here. Risk a buck, win 107. It's basically a pick 'em. Those are Geno's picks. I'll see you Monday with Geno Sports Wrap.